Good evening, Gills fans. Welcome back to Gills in the Blood TV Monday review time, which means, unfortunately, I have to sit down and look back through the car crash that was Saturday afternoon at the Kassam Stadium, where we quite frankly just didn't turn up, did we? From whistle to whistle, we were absolutely awful. Everything that I said we needed to do in the match preview on Thursday, if we wanted to get a result against a team that was flying in terms of form and confidence, we simply didn't do. I said that if we played the right system and did our jobs properly, I was very optimistic of us getting a result. Said that if we performed to the same levels in terms of application and intensity and desire and work rate and team ethic that we did at home to Ipswich, that we could get a result. We didn't do any of them. Contest was over after effectively half an hour. So yeah, let's hope that it was just a really bad day at the office, because for us 450 plus Gills fans that travelled to Oxford to watch, it wasn't fun. Left you feeling very deflated after the game. And yeah, despite the defeat at home to the Tractor Boys last weekend, everyone was still upbeat in terms of the effort and the performance, but couldn't be more opposite after this Saturday. Comfortably our worst performance of the season. Just didn't get anywhere near the levels that we need to, that we have in previous games. I listened to the Gills Fancast podcast last week, and I know Reese was very emphatic in saying that he didn't get the feeling that we'd get battered in games this season. And lo and behold, commentators cursed from Reese. That exactly happened on Saturday. All three goals are shocking from our part. Going forward, we didn't really offer much of a threat. I know it's hard for strikers and attacking players to try and drag your side back into a game when, like I say, it's effectively over after 30 minutes or so. I think the third goal went in the 34th minute. So it is tricky in terms of strikers, because there is a sense of damage limitation when you get to that point before half time. And in fairness to us, yeah, second half we were better. But like I said on Twitter straight after the game, I think that was more to do with the fact that the Yellows had stopped, dropped down the gears and were quite happy to settle for their 3-0 lead. Didn't do anything stupid in terms of being open at the back, aside from the very first minute of the second period when Simon Eastwood decided to try and let a ball run out of play. Had it robbed off his toe by Brandon Hanlon, and there was debate amongst some fans whether Brandon should have just gone for goal on his own, but he took the decision to cut it back, and Ollie Lee scuffed an effort that maybe clipped the defender as well, because they sort of got there at the same time, and it bounced and it rolled and it trickled and it eventually hit the post and come out, and we didn't have another shot in anger until the 93rd minute, I don't think, when a jinking Mark Marshall run saw him hit one left-footed that lacked power, lacked accuracy, and effectively rolled to the home keeper. But yeah, let's break the goals down. The first one, we showed a bloke inside first. Is that the best idea? At that stage, it's probably not that important. But then Alfie Jones just dangles a foot, doesn't really make a challenge. The player then drifts inside James Henry and gets to sort of 25 yards out centre of the goal, and Ben Pringle just runs across, dangles a foot, doesn't really make a proper challenge again. So with one drop of the shoulder, Ben Pringle sliding out the game into next week. He then looks up, gets time to pick his spot, put the kettle on, put his feet up, read the newspaper. Max Amar then makes a token gesture in terms of trying to get out to stop the shot, but by then it's far too late and he bends an effort into the corner. I said at the time I thought it was maybe in the centre of the goal, but I think I did Jack Bonham a disservice, because it was a good strike, but we had plenty of opportunities to take the foul, take the booking, give away a free kick, put more pressure on at the very least, and we decided not to on umpteen occasions, and it cost us. We then settled down slightly, but we were still on the back foot. I think they hit the post. Jack Bonham made a really good save from a corner. John Musinho towering header, and Bonham got down really quick to his right and flicked it away. In terms of efforts on goal at the other end, there weren't any. But we didn't learn. The second goal, One ball through the centre of the park takes Ben Pringle, Mark Byrne and Alfie Jones out of the game. They're all suddenly on the wrong side. First time ball is then clipped in behind. Connor Ogilvy's been attracted to that player to try and stop the pass. Doesn't get there. Then it looks like Jack Tucker tries to step out. Max Amar decides to go back in. And you leave a player like Matty Taylor one-on-one with your keeper at your peril. And in terms of the Oxford fans, he didn't disappoint. He had one touch to get it under control and out of his feet, and a second touch with his left foot to clinically slide it under the on-rushing Jack Bonham to make it 2-0 after 30 minutes. Uphill struggle from there. But you think if you get the next one, then potentially you might make your way back into the game. But no, we decided to wait 4 minutes and then concede again. And again, it was really, really Sunday League, very amateurish from us. Barry Fuller doesn't want to put pressure on the left wing back. Keeps inviting him on, dropping off. Eventually the ball comes into our box. James Henry's angle of the 6-yard box, probably about 10 yards from goal, simply makes one step back. None of our players follow him. Free header into the near corner. 3-0, 34 minutes. Game, set and match. Like I say, game over. Was definitely a shock to the system, I think, for the players, for Steve Evans and Paul Rayner, for us as fans, because I don't think there was any of us that saw it coming. We knew it was going to be a tough game against a side that had scored 10 in a week against Lincoln City and West Ham United, no less. But what we expected in terms of turning up to the game was 100% commitment, 100% application, fight, battle, guts, determination. Didn't see any of it, unfortunately, and it's annoying because no side's outplayed us over 90 minutes this season. We've had spells, like all teams do, where we've been under the cosh. Sometimes we've not come through it, sometimes we've ridden it out. But we've also had spells in all games, pretty much maybe apart from Burton at home, up until Saturday, where we've been on top. Boss teams, boss games, looked like we was in the ascendancy. Not a bit of it Saturday, unfortunately. Like I say, let's just hope it was a very, very bad day at the office, a blip. But it suddenly makes Southend this coming Saturday at the Priestfield a little bit bigger, because it is only 2 wins this season. It's not the start that Steve Evans envisaged. It's not the start that us as fans envisaged. And at the moment, we're struggling at the wrong end of the table. I'm still confident that we will start to climb the League One table. I think in terms of squad, we have better players. We have more technical ability than we did last season. The only thing that we still have to talk about is Tom Eves' goals were huge last season. Have we got enough in us in terms of being clinical, being able to take them chances or half chances when they come along? We will only find out for sure over the coming weeks and months. And the more games we watch and the more games we play. But yeah, Southend pretty big now. I think if we can pick up 3 points in that, then it still wouldn't represent a bad start to the campaign, considering some of the teams that we have played. But if we were to get beat against a side that's only won 1 all season and frankly has been appalling for the most part, then I think questions will have to be asked, and justifiably so. I'm not going to sit here and get all negative and downbeat and say we're going to get in a relegation battle or anything like that. But we said on Saturday, and I think we said in the build-up to the game, how long can Steve Evans keep saying, oh, we're gelling and we're nearly there? At some point, we have to be there, wherever that is. And I would generally think that being there means turning good performances into points, turning defeats into draws, turning draws into wins, and actually seeing some return on what have on the whole been decent displays. Saturday was not one of them. I think the biggest thing we can do is learn from it and make sure that we don't make the same mistakes again, and then we swiftly consign it to history, because it's not one that's going to stick in the mind for long for Gills fans. Don't get me wrong, Oxford are a decent side. They've got very good players. But we handed it to them on a plate at the weekend, and we can't afford to do that again. But yeah, like I say, not too long tonight, not too positive, unfortunately. It is the first one this season that's been a little bit downbeat, I suppose. But we'll be back Thursday, looking back on the week. Again, it's probably going to be a quiet one. So the main point of the vlog will be to preview the visit of our friends from Essex this coming Saturday to Kent. And then we'll be back Saturday with Match Day Live again. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You know where we are on all the socials. Until next time, up the Gills.